Welcome to More Faith with Keisha. My name is Keisha and my last name is Moore. And on this channel, we talk all things faith. Well, most things faith. I love to give my faith testimony to motivate, inspire, and encourage you to keep the faith. This is part 3 of when God blessed me with a new job. If you haven't watched the first or the second video, please go back and watch the first, the second, and then this will be the third video so that you can know like what happened, how we got to this point, why I'm talking about what I'm talking about. So everything makes sense and everything clicks. So I'm not going to even recap the first 2 videos. Just go back and watch. Well, I'll give you a little brief recap. So I was working for Sears Marketing Center for 7 years. God told me to bake. I started baking. I had no baking experience except for when I was 10 years old and my mom taught me how to bake peanut butter cookies. But that was years ago. I started a baking business, opened up a cupcake business in the mall in California. It didn't work out. Went to a temp agency. The temp agency set me up with an interview with an insurance company. I had no insurance experience, but I was hired, and within 30 days, I received my insurance license where I was selling home and auto insurance. It was a very unpleasing, toxic, stressful, depressing work environment. I was there for 6 to 8 months, and then I got hired at the company I am referring to now, which is the second insurance company. So after meeting with the CEO, I get hired. First day of work, I meet my work bud, Amy Adams. She was like my BFF at work. We were in training together. So and like I was saying, like it was like my dream job. Like God opened up the door for me to get that job because as I mentioned in the last video, the CEO who hired me was looking for someone with more experience. Like everyone who worked for the company had like minimum 5 years of insurance experience, and I only had 6 to 8 months experience. So that's how I know God opened up the door for me to get the job. So it was in Westlake Village, which is near Calabasas in California. It was in a beautiful building. The area, everything was just like really nice. It had like a really big lake. Not actually, yeah, I think it was like a lake or pond. I don't know what the difference, but no, it was a pond. I'm sorry. So it had a really nice pond with the ducks and the fish and a cabana outside where people would meet. And so, oh my gosh, some of the benefits of working for that company. So every month we had a sales goal. So we had our own individual goal, and then we had a team goal. So if we met the team goal, everybody in the office or with the company got to go to like a restaurant where it was like happy hour and you can order whatever you want on the menu. So it forced everybody in a good way to work at a team. So just imagine like you working hard every month, and at the end of the month, the team makes the goal. We all get a bonus, but within the bonus, they treat us to happy hour. We go to the restaurant and we can order whatever we want on the menu. I'm telling you, it was like my dream job. So I had never experienced anything like that. I was like, oh, wow, like we get to order whatever we want on the menu. So we were ordering drinks. I don't drink anymore or whatever, but we were ordering drinks, food, desserts, appetizers, just balling out. Like everything was good. Even within that, every year they had the company's holiday party. So the first year I was with the company, it was like the company holiday party. They hosted the event at like this 5-star hotel that had like a banquet room. But even within that, they gave everybody in the company, they paid for everyone's hotels. So hotel room. So we all had our own hotel room. It was just wild. I was like, man, like I never experienced anything like that. Like God just like blessed me so much with working for that company. It was just amazing. It was just a dream come true. I didn't even know companies like that exist. So everyone has their own hotel room in the 5-star hotel. And while we're at the company's holiday party, they laid out all these elaborate gifts on the table. And they called everyone up in groups. And as we went up, after our name was called, we were able to go to the table and pick whatever we wanted. There was like laptops, Apple TVs, blender, like just everything. Then they gave us all gift cards. So just telling you a little bit about the story of how God blessed me, because like I said, it was like my dream job. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, they blessed us with lunch. So we did not have to go out for lunch if we didn't want to. We were blessed with lunch. There was a dessert bar, not a dessert bar, but like a snack bar in the break room where they had like all these different snacks. And it was just like so much fun. And it was like 75 to 80% of the people that worked there was like within my age range. So even within that, working for the company, like I met some really cool friends and we would hang out after work. Every month the company just did something. They took us bowling. We did everything together. It was just like such a vibe, especially coming from Sears Marketing Center where we didn't really get anything. Like it would be a surprise if we made the company like 500,000 or $1 million or whatever, and they blessed us with a lunch once every 6 months or whatever. But with this company, it was just like a blessing. Like everything was just like flowing. I loved working there. I love the people. I love the culture. And I worked for that company for like almost 5 years. So the first 3 years of the company, working for the company, I would say it was a blessing. It was a blessing. You know, everything's not always good. You had a few people that were a little, weird or had bad attitudes or whatever, but that was just a few. The rest of the people, everything was good. So the first 3 years, everything was good. And it's just crazy how things happen. Like the company that you were once praying to get, or the job you were once praying to get, the enjoyment that you once had, after 3 years, all of that went down the drain. The whole culture of the company changed so much because the CEO that hired me of the company, he actually left. Once he left, everything changed. And I am going to talk about that in the next video because it was a very, very stressful, depressing time in my life working for the company after 3 years. So like I said, the first 3 years, it was a blessing. After that, just everything changed. And so, there's a season for everything. Just because everything is good in one season doesn't mean, and it doesn't mean that it's always going to be bad, but when the season changes, you just have to know that you're in a different season and you have to know when to move on. So I'm going to talk about that in the next video number 4. So stick with it. Stay blessed. God bless. Love you guys. Keep the faith.